Welcome to Techstination. We're going to have some fun again today. With us is Tom Wetzel, Marketing Coordinator at Thames and Kosmos. Thanks for joining us, Tom.
Thank you, Fred. Thanks for having me.
And you've got some great new toys that have been nominated for Toy of the Year. Some great stuff. First, for people who aren't familiar with the company, give us a little bit of background.
Absolutely. So Thames and Kosmos, we've been so Cosmos is a company based in Germany. It's been around for 200 years. Thames and Kosmos was established in the United States about 17 years ago. And as I was telling you, Fred, before, originally it was part of a museum in Connecticut. We'd bring over science and technology toys from Germany and sell them here. That relationship did very well, and so we've now become exclusive distributors and co-publishers with the company in Germany. They're the parent company. But we do focus on science, math, technology, anything educational, and we also have games, like board games, card games.
Really exciting stuff. And for people who are wondering about the spelling, you'll see it on the screen if you're watching this, but it's Thames, and Kosmos is with a K, Kosmos. So let's talk about some of these great new toys. Some of them are already tough to come by for the holiday season. Give us an overview of what these hot new toys are.
So we're very excited to have 4 toys nominated for Toy of the Year, and this is a real award. It's the most prestigious award for toys, and we're just thrilled to have 4 nominated. So the first one I actually have right here. So if you're watching this, you can see I've got an example of it. This is the Mega Cyborg Hand, and it uses pneumatics. And this looks like very impressive, but what's more impressive is when you get this in a box, all of these are small pieces that you then construct this toy yourself. So it's a construction toy, but it's actually nominated for the STEM Toy of the Year because it definitely has technology in there. Anyway, so yeah, you learn about pneumatics as you build this, and it's also just a fun toy at the same time.
Certainly a way to terrify siblings and pets, I think. But beyond that, you're learning, and that's a key thing here.
Almost all of these have multiple levels of learning, and that one has the construction and also the pneumatics, and the lesson. The manual that it comes with has a full color manual that also talks about pneumatics and how they're used in real life applications. So it really is a lesson.
Terrific. And that one is really a hot seller this holiday season, I understand, too.
It is. It's hard to come by. There's a few stores that still have it, and we do have more coming in. So keep your eye out for it. It's really great.
Terrific. And in your hand is?
This is wind power. We call it wind power. So it's a wind turbine. What's great about this, we've had wind turbines in the past as kits that you build and experiment with. But this one's cool because you can see in the back here, this is actually a waterproof generator / battery pack. So you do construct this, right? You build this and it's adjustable so you can try different angles of the blades. There's a lot of experiments that go along with that, but you can actually stake this in the ground outside and just leave it. Even in the middle of a rainstorm, it'll sit there and continue to create electricity. And then this battery pack, you can then take it off of the stand here and make it into a little car. So you get to see the full cycle of charging up a battery and then using that battery to move something like a car.
That's really awesome. And like you said, you can leave that outside and it won't do it any harm?
Yeah, and that's what it's intended for. And that's why that one's actually nominated for the Outdoor Toy of the Year.
I could use a bigger one. That's terrific. And tell me about the pricing on that, because you're pretty aggressive on that too, I think.
Yeah, our prices are just phenomenal. The wind power is, I want to say it's $39.95, which is great. And then the Mega Cyborg Hand is also $39.95.
Terrific. Wow. Those are the great prices. So parents are really getting a lot of value for the money. And so you're charging up a battery with the turbine. Can you use the battery for other things, or it just goes in this car?
Oh no, absolutely. So it's actually you use a rechargeable AA, so you could use it in anything. You could use it in a flashlight or anything that takes a AA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds good for a camping trip, maybe. If it's windy.
Right,
So
right. Well, and hopefully it's not too windy, but no, it's really cool, and I just love that it gets kids to see the full cycle of creating the electricity using the wind turbine and then using it. And other kits that we've had, like they're great because they'll light up like an LED immediately or something like that, where you can see it. But this is nice because you're storing the energy and you can then use it later.
you can see the value in that, gets kids thinking, and
Mm-hmm.
and besides the fun, and they're putting this together as well.
Yes, there's less construction in this. There's not as so the Mega Cyborg hand has over 200 parts, right? But it looks like it. It's pretty impressive. The wind turbine, it has what do we have here? Like less than 20. Well, actually, if you want to construct the car, there's a construction element to the car too. So all those pieces together, you're probably looking around 50 pieces.
Very neat. And you've got others that are also nominated as well.
We do. This one is really fun. This one is called Solar Bots, and I don't have a model because I've sent all of the ones that I built out to like TV stations and radios like yourself. Sadly, I just didn't get your request in time, but this one's really great too. It actually comes with 8 different models, and they're all solar powered. But there's a glare on the screen, so it's hard to see.
Oh, we can see it pretty well.
They're really cute. They're only like 3 to 4 inches tall or wide. They're not very big, but each of them has a different movement that they kind of perform. Sometimes they waddle or walk, or they have one that bangs a drum. That's really cute. And this is it's nice because it's actually nominated for the Construction Toy of the Year, because the construction is a big part of this, but it also has that solar power aspect to it, which is another opportunity to kind of sneak some learning into your kids' everyday life.
So is there power storage in it from the solar panel, or is it just when it's in the sun it's going to be moving?
Yep, this one there's no storage. It's just an immediate release of power, and it is really cool though, because we had all 8 of these set up at the Toy Fair in New York last year when we were just learning about them. They were brand new to us, and everyone was just having a ball because we had a little light that you'd shine over it. And as soon as you shine a light over it, they'd all kind of like scatter and move, and it's just really cute. So one thing I should say though is that it has 8 different models that you can build. You can only do one at a time because it has one solar panel. So you build one model, you play around with that, and then you can build another one.
Sounds really cool, and kids are going to learn a lot. Wind energy, solar energy as well. And beyond that, I think we have one more to talk about. That's a really cool toy that reminds me of something I think that I used to play with as a kid. So tell me about this.
So this is the amazing tightrope walking gyrobot. So you can see from this picture, it has this kind of like cartoon character looking robot, but inside that robot's head is a gyroscope. And the gyroscope gives that really cool, I don't want to call it an illusion, but it looks so top heavy that it doesn't look like it'll stay balanced, but of course it does because it's a gyroscope. But in addition to the robot keeping balance because of that battery powered gyroscope, the same motor activates these little legs at the bottom here. And these legs will actually walk on a tightrope. It's really impressive. The kit comes with, so this is another construction toy, right? You build this. You don't actually build the motor. The motor comes pre-assembled, but all the other bits and parts, including the tightrope walking, it's really cool. It comes with plastic pieces to kind of build the frame, and then it teaches you how to string it up and use a lever to tighten it, and it gets it really taut. And so you build all of that, and then you put this gyrobot on there, and it walks across. It's really cool. It's really impressive. And
the gyro boat is next year, but
wow.
But how long is the string that it travels along?
So the string that it comes with is the frame, and the string comes with it's a little over 1 foot long. It's like 14 inches. But if you wanted, and we did this for the toy fair, I actually took a little bit stronger rope, and I really ratcheted it down, and we stretched it across a good couple feet, and it was able to walk across the whole thing.
Wow.
That doesn't come with the kit, right? But you could definitely use that as an opportunity to kind of like continue to teach the kid, like, this is how we do this. And yeah.
You would need a certain thickness of string for it to work with it. That's pretty much
right.
Yeah.
That was nominated for the specialty toy of the year. So there's about a dozen different categories for toy of the year, and that's why they're all 4 of these were nominated in different categories.
And the pricing on these toys?
Oh, so the solar bots, this is $24.95, which is really aggressive. It's a great price. And then the gyrobot is $39.95.
Very cool. And that gyrobot, I was kind of referring to it when I was a kid, and they may still be out there. You had these gyroscopes, but you had to pull a string to get it spinning, and then put it on a string, and it wouldn't walk or anything, but it would balance on the string or on the top of a point or something like that for a little bit. So, but it's really fascinating stuff. I mean, the kids, when they see that moving across this string, it must be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of the goal of our company is to try and make toys that are both fun and educational. I find that oftentimes toys are usually one or the other. Like it's hard to get a kid excited to do, just straight science. For some reason, some kids will always be into it. Some kids will always want to learn how to program or do different technology things. But we're really trying to like cast a wide net, we're trying to get every kid excited about science and learning.
Especially today, I think, when kids are doing so much learning from home, unfortunately, and they don't necessarily, the teachers aren't able to capture sometimes some of the excitement that they would have in doing experiments and things in person in a science class or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen, it's interesting how our sales haven't changed a whole lot this year. A lot of companies have seen it, unfortunately, a decrease in sales, and ours have stayed pretty consistent. And I think it's because a lot of parents are buying these to kind of subsidize their kids' education at home, which it's great to see parents getting involved in their kids' education like that. It's an unfortunate situation. Of course, we would prefer our kids to be in school, but.
And most of these are appropriate for age ranges 7, 8, up into the mid-teens, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I always feel weird when I say like some of these like the solar bots is rated at like 6+, but I feel like that's almost limiting, because I think I could give that to my 12-year-old nephew and they'd have a ball with it. So yeah, you can get you could definitely, especially with parents' help, like you could be 6 years old and constructing these. But if you're a 12-year-old, maybe you do it on your own, or 10 years old or whatever. But yeah, all of them are going to range from about the 6 or 7+.
Where can parents go for more information on these? And you've got so much other product out there as well.
Yeah, we have a website, thamesandkosmos.com. If you go there, you can find all of our products. You can find a ton of information on all of them. You can find sometimes, like some of our kits that are a little bit harder to construct, we actually have tutorial videos that will walk you through the assembly. So that's nice. Yeah, just a ton of information. And you can actually buy a lot of them on our website when they're not sold out as well. But of course, as a company, always try to promote the local stores, because that's who we love partnering with. So if you have like a local mom and pop toy store in your neighborhood, hopefully they carry our stuff. We have really good distribution in that sector, so definitely try them first.
Terrific. Again, it's thamesandkosmos.com. Congratulations on the Toy of the Year nominations. Really terrific, and keep up the great work. Tom Wetzel, thanks for taking the time with us.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.